Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, according to where you are. Welcome back to Balancing Divine Feminine Frequencies with Ari Jade. Hope you guys are balancing and on track with where it is that you want to be in your life right now. Just wanted to remind you that your belief has way more power than your reality. So, what you have anchored your belief system in is going to overpower the day to day of your reality and what's going on in your life right now. What's going on in my life is a total reconstruction of our living room. Wasn't going to do this video this morning, but I thought, you know what? This is the reality of life. It's not always pretty. It's not always put together just the way that it's supposed to be. In fact, more often than not, it's not pretty and put together. So we ebb and flow with the ups and downs of life according to the emotions that are thrown or the situations that are thrown at us and the emotions that we choose to deal with that situation. And we can't anchor feelings inside of us because when we do anchor those feelings, then that starts to create a dam of energy. And then we start to create a story that goes around that anchor. And that story keeps us in our past. We have to stay in the now as much as possible. Spirit came to me this morning, and her message was that we aren't supposed to have more power than other people. It's just that other people recognize power inside of us, and then they aren't willing to do the work, the shadow work, to dig deep, to go inside this one, to change their current reality. So they come to us for that energy to lift them up and try to change their reality through us. They see the smile, they see the happiness, they see what looks like a flow of just balance and um, living on faith, how we are living in our divine reality because we believe that's what we deserve. And we believe that's where we belong. And that belief is what keeps us there. So quantum physics and spirituality are meeting at this very moment in time, 2025, and it's so freaking exciting. It's so exciting for what used to be considered woo-woo to now be taken seriously, to now be known that it's not something evil. That, yes, the Wi-Fi is available out here in our world and we can't see it, but it's not an evil energy in itself. It's not good or bad. It's the feeling or the emotion that the human being puts on it and puts into it that makes it have the ability to be good or bad. So we have energies available to us to help us through this timeline right now, but we have to do the inner shadow work of calming down, of coming into the peace of mind through letting go of the thinking mind. We have to let all the thinking, doing, getting, having of the 3D matrix loop go so that we can be at peace and calm down the hamster wheel so that we can balance everything that's coming to us and at us. Once we get that balance, we can develop a coherence with divine frequencies or our higher self that's trying to pull us up into a life of abundance and peace and overall happiness. Now, are we going to stay happy all the time? No, certainly not. But we know where we belong on this consciousness scale, right? We realize that we are the creator of this experience. We realize that we are not what we have, our stuff, and what we do, our job, our title. We also realize that we are more than our thoughts. We realize that we are creating every single day through what we believe. Once you anchor those beliefs in there deep enough, then you start manifesting at lightning speed. The very first time I manifested I'm not going to say that. The first one that is in my memory banks was my brother and sister. My mom was pregnant. I was 4 years old, 4 or 5 at the time. She gave me a nickel, symbology of the number 5, I love it, and told me to go to the wishing fountain in the middle of the mall here in town and decide what I wanted, a brother or a sister. And I couldn't decide. I didn't want to have to make a choice on a brother or a sister. I didn't know which one I wanted the most, so I decided I wanted both. And that's what I wished for. And my mom was like, "You can't have both. You just got to have one or the other." Well, I got both. And she was like, "You can't wish anymore." But anyway, when I started doing it consciously back in 2020, I remember the exercise was to manifest a red pencil. I didn't need a red pencil that day. I needed a box. I was going to return my son's remote controller thing that he plays the games with because he'd used it so much he'd broken it, worn it out, and I needed a box to fit it. I got to school that morning and a little girl comes up to me with a box. She was like, "Here, you need this." She was like, "Oh my goodness." But we all have that ability. We are all here to manifest an abundantly wonderful life. And if that's not your reality right now, all you have to do is shift your paradigm. All you have to do, I say all, it takes inner work. It takes time to fix yourself, to go in there and stop that judgment program that was installed inside you when you were little. It takes time to shut down the default programming. That's what shadow work is. That's why you are working on yourself to balance these divine frequencies that are available to all of us right now and manifest the very, very best life possible for you. That's what we're here to do. That's what's available to us. That's what we are all able to share with each other right now on this beautiful frequency available to us online. And then once you learn and you know, you start teaching other people. And then that you help those people start manifesting their life that they want. And before you know it, we all have the lives of our dreams in the 5D reality. Get there. Quit wasting time. Love to you. Bye-bye.